Not everything you buy in your 20s is a mistake. That's a video we already made. This time, we're flipping it. Every purchase you could actually make in your 20s ranked from the ones that quietly pay you back for decades to the ones that quietly drain you no matter how good they feel in the moment. By the end, you'll know exactly where to put your money when you finally have some left over, and exactly which purchases are designed to feel exciting precisely because they are bad for you. Let's start at the top. S tier. The purchases with the highest return you will ever get. S tier number 1. An index fund bought consistently, starting now. This isn't exciting. It's not a purchase you can show anyone. But money put into a broad, low-cost index fund in your 20s has decades to grow before you need it, and time is the one ingredient in investing that you can never buy back later. A dollar invested at 22 is worth dramatically more by retirement than the same dollar invested at 32, purely because it had 10 extra years to compound. Every year you delay this purchase is a permanent, unrecoverable cost, even if it doesn't feel like spending anything at all. S tier number 2. A skill or certification that raises your income. A course, a credential, a genuinely useful degree, anything that increases what you're paid for your time. Unlike almost everything else on this list, this purchase doesn't just sit there, it multiplies. A skill that adds even a small amount to your salary pays for itself once, and then keeps paying you every single year after that for the rest of your career. There's no other purchase on this entire list with that kind of compounding effect on your actual income, not your investments, your income. Now a tier. Excellent purchases, still very high value, just slightly more situational. A tier number 1. A reliable used car with a clean history. Not flashy, not new, just mechanically sound and properly maintained. Reliable transportation protects your income. If your car can't get you to work, nothing else on this list matters, because none of it happens without a paycheck. The key word is reliable, not cheap and not new. Spend on the inspection, spend on the maintenance record, and skip the badge on the hood entirely. A tier number 2. Real health insurance and preventive care. Skipping a doctor's visit to save money today is one of the most expensive gambles you can make, because catching a problem early is almost always dramatically cheaper and dramatically less painful than catching it late. Your 20s are exactly when you have the most future years to protect. This purchase doesn't feel like an investment because there's no visible return until the 1 year it saves you from a catastrophic bill, at which point it was worth every payment that came before it. A tier number 3. A genuinely comfortable mattress and a good pair of everyday shoes. These are the two things standing between you and the ground for roughly 16 hours of every single day, sleeping and standing. Cheap versions of both quietly cost you in back pain, bad sleep, and lower energy, which then costs you focus, mood, and performance everywhere else in your life. This is one of the rare places where spending more upfront is almost always the financially smarter move, because the cheap alternative doesn't actually save you money, it just moves the cost somewhere less visible. Now B tier. Good purchases, genuinely worth it, but the value depends more on your specific life. B tier number 1. Travel while you have the fewest obligations you will ever have. Your 20s are often the one window with the lowest combination of financial responsibility, physical energy, and free time you will ever have at once. That combination doesn't come back once a mortgage, kids, or a demanding career fill the calendar. This isn't permission to go into debt for a vacation, it's a reminder that I'll travel later quietly assumes later will look like now, and for most people, it doesn't. B tier number 2. A home gym setup or a gym membership you'll actually use. Genuinely great for your health and your energy, but the return depends entirely on whether you use it. A gym membership you attend twice and then pay for silently for 2 years is not a B-tier purchase, it's an F-tier purchase wearing a health-conscious disguise. The real rule here is buy based on your actual proven habits, not your aspirational ones. B-tier number 3. A few basic cooking tools and the time to actually learn to cook. A decent pan, a sharp knife, and the handful of hours it takes to learn 5 or 6 simple meals. This one purchase quietly undercuts one of the biggest silent drains on a 20-something's budget, eating out or ordering delivery multiple times a week, which adds up to a genuinely large number over a year without ever feeling like one big expense. It's B-tier and not higher only because the return depends entirely on whether you actually cook, the same way the gym membership does. Now C-tier. Fine purchases. Not wrong, but easy to overspend on without noticing. C tier number 1. Brand name and designer clothing. There's nothing wrong with wanting to look good, and quality clothing that lasts years can genuinely be a smart purchase. The C tier trap is paying primarily for the logo rather than the material or the fit. A well-made unbranded jacket and a flashy logo jacket can cost wildly different amounts for nearly identical actual quality. If the brand name itself is the main thing you're paying for, know that going in. C tier number 2. Upgrading your phone every single year. Modern phones easily last 3 to 4 years of real use. Upgrading annually, especially financed monthly, quietly adds up to thousands of extra dollars over a decade for a device doing almost the exact same job as the one from 2 years ago. This isn't never upgrade, it's upgrade when it actually breaks or falls meaningfully behind, not on a marketing schedule set by the manufacturer. And now F tier. The purchases that are actively working against you. F tier number 1. A brand new car, financed, especially a luxury one. New cars lose a significant chunk of their value the moment they leave the lot before you've driven a single real mile in them. Finance that depreciating asset with interest, and you're paying extra on top of a purchase that's already losing value in real time. This is quite possibly the single most common large financial mistake made in someone's 20s, because it's also one of the most socially rewarded. Nobody posts a photo of their index fund. Everyone notices the new car. F tier number 2. A timeshare. Presented as owning a vacation, functioning as a recurring annual fee for a property you don't fully control, can rarely sell, and are contractually bound to keep paying for regardless of whether you ever actually use it. Timeshares are notoriously difficult and expensive to exit once you've signed, which is precisely why the sales pitch is engineered to feel urgent and time-limited in the room. If a purchase requires you to decide today, that pressure is the product working exactly as designed, not a bonus for you. F tier number 3. Extended warranties on cheap electronics. Offered at checkout on almost anything with a screen, and priced to be extremely profitable for the store, which is exactly why every cashier is trained to ask. The actual math rarely favors you. For a low-cost item, the warranty can cost a large percentage of the item's own price, covering a failure that, statistically, is fairly unlikely to happen within the covered window. You're not really buying protection, you're buying peace of mind at a significant markup over its real statistical value. F tier number 4. Buy now pay later, for things you can't actually afford outright. Splitting a purchase into 4 payments feels smaller than paying the full price of once, and that feeling is the entire mechanism. It doesn't lower the cost, it just hides it, spread thin enough that your brain stops registering it as real spending. Used occasionally and paid off immediately, it's a neutral tool. Used habitually on things you couldn't otherwise afford, it's a way of living slightly beyond your means while feeling like you aren't. So here's the actual pattern across this entire list. The purchases at the top don't look like purchases at all. An index fund, a certification, a doctor's visit, they're invisible, unglamorous, and nobody will ever compliment you on them. The purchases at the bottom are the opposite, visible, exciting, and specifically designed to be shown off or to feel good the moment you commit to them. That's not a coincidence. Visibility and long-term value are, more often than not, pulling in opposite directions. The purchase that actually builds your future rarely photographs well, and the purchase that photographs well is rarely the one building your future. There's a second pattern too, sitting quietly underneath the first one. Notice how many of the good purchases on this list only pay off if you actually use them. The gym, the cooking tools, the certification, none of them work by simply existing in your bank statement. They work because you show up and use them. Meanwhile, almost every purchase on the bottom of this list works exactly as intended the moment you sign, whether you use it or not, which is precisely the difference between something built to serve you and something built to be sold to you. So the next time you're standing at a checkout or scrolling toward a purchase that feels exciting, ask the one question that actually separates the top of this list from the bottom. Is this something that will still be paying me back in 5 years, or is it something designed to feel good for exactly as long as it takes to get you to click buy? If this changed how you're thinking about your next paycheck, subscribe, because next time, we're ranking the financial milestones people expect you to hit by 30 and which ones are actually realistic.